This is great. We got dogs barking in the background and everything. All right, let's do a quick check on this. What's up, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to change out the multiport top on your filter. Some people call it a multiport top. Some people call it a filter handle. The actual term for it is a key cover. But looks like the lawn guy fell into this one and just snapped it off. Usually you would change these out if it's leaking out the backwash line here. This one's still working, but the handle's broken, so I can't really move it around much. So let's go ahead and swap it out. This is a very easy fix. You only need a couple of tools, so let's get to it. Alright, so as usual, before you do anything with this, you're going to want to make sure the pump is turned off. We're just going to remove these screws on top. It's got a little nut on the bottom. Usually you can just hold that with your fingers and it should come off. See the little nut? Make sure you don't lose those. Alright, now once you have those off, you're pretty much just going to lift straight up on this. It's easier when you have the handle on there, but you see it still pops off pretty easy. Let's make sure we get these screws out and we don't lose these. This one's a little stuck. So you see this one's not in too bad a shape. A lot of times when they get worn out, this thing here just gets totally destroyed, the gasket. This one's actually not too bad. It's a little bit. I've definitely seen worse though. So if you check out the inside here, you can see kind of where the water gets diverted and how it takes its channel based on where you have the valve set up. I like these new Pentair valves though, because back in the day we used to have a lot of Hayward filters, and those were a real pain in the ass because you'd have to actually take out the gasket from here, the spider gasket, and put a new one in there, and it was such a pain in the ass. So I'm glad with these new ones, they actually come with everything built right in. You don't got to change anything, and these Pentairs actually do come with the O-ring also, which is a big help too, because the Haywards do not come with the O-ring, just so you know. Alright, so something you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put a little bit of lube from the lube tube on this top O-ring. However, you do not want to put any lube on this gasket right here. Now the reason you don't want to do that, no lube on this part, is because when you're moving this thing around from backwash to rinse and the sand is getting pushed through here, that sand will get stuck to this gasket and then it won't seal correctly after that. So you want to keep this nice and dry. I probably shouldn't be waving my finger around it like that. I might accidentally get some on there. But anyway, keep that gasket dry, lube this one, and then if you look, it's got a little notch to where it should fit right back up in the same spot. See that notch on top? That way there's no way you can mess this up. There's just no way. So get it set back right on there. And then pretty much just put your screws back in. Screws back in the hole. Oh yeah, look at that. Now put the little nuts back on the bottom. Now when I put these back on, I don't use the drill. I like to hand tighten them. That way you can really feel how tight it's getting. You don't want to crack these. If you'll notice, a lot of times you're putting a brand new top on an old bottom. So just be careful you don't already see some cracks forming where the screws go in, because if you already have a small crack there and you start cranking on it too hard, you're just going to open it up and it's just going to leak on you. So that's why I don't really use the drill. Just hand tight, get everything kind of snug. To get this one underneath, you got to move the handle around a little bit. But if you have a few of them tightened down already, it won't matter. And I'm not even tightening these up all the way, I'm just kind of getting them set. Because we're going to go around and give them one last good tightening here. Alright, so we're going to give it a good backwash when we get done here. So now that you're all set, we're going to go around in a star pattern. Tighten that one, then you're going to go across. Not right next to you, go all the way across, tighten that one, and then come back to one of these other ones, and you're just going to go opposite pretty much all the way around. Now if these things are spinning in your fingers, you might want to get some pliers on them. So far I have not had that issue. They're all holding pretty good. Last one, nice and snug. Alright, let's give it a good backwash. Of course, after you backwash, you want to give it a good rinse, just to get any crud out of that filter before we send the water back to the pool. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check out one of our other videos here. We've got a lot of pool videos for you. And please like and subscribe to help our videos get out to even more people. We'll see you guys in the next one.